my god, I feel like I have like stomach hurt. I think there's like something that just.
Are you okay? You've been on it for 3 days. Your stomach pain and nausea and vomiting. Do you want to go to the doctor?
No. It'll pass.
Are you
I had this
sure?
before. I think I just need some rest.
Are you okay?
Let's go to the doctor.
Hello, Mr. K. How can I help you today? What happened to you?
I have a bad stomach since like last year. I have keep vomiting.
Did the symptoms like come actually?
Yeah, I have like success symptom last year.
It affected your appetite.
Yeah.
Later I will be doing some tests of you, like B test, as I suspect that you are having chronic heavy symptoms. Can I cough at your abdominal now? Please tell me if you feel any pain. Yeah?
Okay, so the result shows that you are positive in hepatitis B result. So to make you more understand on what is happening on your liver, let us learn more about the liver.
The liver is the largest internal organ in the human body. It weighs around 1.5 kilograms and is about 6 inches wide, roughly the size of an American football. It can be found to the right of the stomach and above the gallbladder. The liver carries out metabolic processes, removes toxin, produces bile, and stores nutrients for later use. Now let's get into the different lobes of the liver. The right lobe, also the largest lobe, is above the diaphragm and is divided into segments 5, 6, 7, and 8, composed of liver cell hepatocytes, blood vessels, and bile ducts. This lobe processes blood from the right side of the body and upper digestive organs, produces bile, and stores nutrients. The left lobe on the left side, next to the spleen and the stomach, is smaller, flatter, and is divided into segments 2, 3, and 4. 4 being further divided into 4A and 4B. This lobe contains hepatocytes, sinusoids, Kupffer cells, and bile ducts, and processes blood from parts of the stomach and intestines. It also removes toxins, produces bile, and stores nutrients.
This blue area is the caudate lobe. It's a small, rounded piece on the back of the liver, wedged between the right and left lobes beside the inferior vena cava. It draws blood from both lobes and empties straight into that vein. Structurally, it's the usual mix of hepatocytes, sinusoids, and bile ducts. Its main job is extra blood filtration, not bile making. Next up, we have the quadrate lobe, shown in blue here. It sits on the liver's underside, tucked between the left lobe and the gallbladder, forming part of segment 4B. Because of that position, it appears almost square. Like the left lobe, its hepatocytes, sinusoids, and bile ducts are geared toward bile making and general metabolism. Finally, here, under the microscope, every segment is built from thousands of hexagonal lobules. A central vein anchors the middle, while plates of hepatocytes radiate outward, separated by fenestrated sinusoids. At each corner sits portal triads carrying a branch of the hepatic artery, portal vein, and bile duct. Inside these lobules, hepatocytes detoxify blood, store nutrients, and also form bile.
Next up, we have the hepatocytes, the liver's superstar cells. They're found in liver lobules and do most of the heavy lifting like protein synthesis, detoxification, and regulating glucose. One fun fact about them is they make up about 80% of the liver's whole mass. Next, moving on to the sinusoids. Imagine this as tiny specialized blood vessels that sit between the hepatocytes. They're kind of like bridges for nutrient and waste exchange between the blood and liver cells. Their unique porous structure lets them do their job really well. So now let's talk about the portal triads. This is a little trio of structures found on the edge of each liver lobule. They are made up of the hepatic artery, portal vein, and bile duct. You can think of them as the supply and transport system bringing oxygen, nutrients, and bile, which are essential for running things smoothly. Then we have the interlobular veins. These are small veins that run alongside the bile ducts and arteries in the portal triads. They carry nutrient-rich blood from the intestines to the liver, making sure the liver has what it needs to do its job.
Bile canaliculi are the tiny channel in the liver that collect bile secreted by hepatocytes.
hepatocyte. They are formed by hepatocyte membrane and sealed by tight junction. They are located between hepatocyte in hepatic laminae. Next, Kupffer cells, which are irregular, amoeboid-shaped, specialized macrophage located along the wall of liver sinusoid. They are rich in lysosome and they play a crucial role in the immune defense by removing pathogen, damaged cell, and cellular debris through phagocytosis. Next, the central vein is known as the central venule or terminal hepatic venule. It's a small round or oval vein located at the center of each liver lobule. It is lined with endothelial cells and serves as the primary drainage site for the oxygenated blood collecting from the liver sinusoid. Lastly, hepatic laminae, also known as hepatic cords or plaque. They are structural units in the liver made up of rows of hepatocytes, the liver main functional cell. Hepatic laminae are typically 1 to 2 cell thick and radiate outward from the central vein within each liver lobule. They play a key role in processing blood and producing bile.
So what exactly is chronic hepatitis B? It describes a spectrum of liver disease. The key characteristic of this disease is the persistent presence of the hepatitis B surface antigen in the blood for more than 6 months. And now let us look at the prevalence. From this table from the World Health Organization highlights our progress and future goals. For instance, in 2020, we had 1.5 million new hepatitis B infections. The good news is by 2022, this dropped to 1.23 million, and the target is to reduce that to just 170,000 new infections by 2030. Understanding how hepatitis B spreads is crucial for prevention. It's primarily transmitted through exposure to infection bodily fluids such as mucosal membrane. However, sexual exposure is a common rule, and sadly, it can also be transmitted from mother to child at birth, also known as perinatal transmission. Not only that, injection, drug users, and those with occupational exposure like healthcare workers are also at higher risk. The signs and symptoms can vary. Most are actually asymptomatic, which makes detection even challenging. However, when symptoms do appear, they can include fatigue, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting, dark urine, and jaundice. Some less common signs like tarry nails can also happen.
Let's make learning about liver fun and easy with some mnemonics. First, liver function. Remember the phrase, "Mommy says bye Dio," because just like Dio, the liver is essential and does a lot. M is for metabolism, S is for storage, B is for bulk production, and D is for detoxification. Now, for the liver structure, use the mnemonics quiet liver repair calmly to remember the 4 lobes. Q is for the quadrate lobe, L is for the left lobe, R is for the right lobe, and C is for the caudate lobe. These simple mnemonics can help you quickly recall important liver facts. To wrap up everything, let's go over the key points. First, the liver. It has right and left lobes made out of lobules. Its key roles include bile production, detoxification, metabolism, and nutrient storage. Second, hepatitis B. It spreads through infected blood, body fluid, or during birth. If untreated, it can lead to serious chronic liver damage. Lastly, prevention. We can reduce the risk through early vaccination, practicing safe sex, avoiding needle sharing, maintaining hygiene, and promoting public education and screening. This brings us to the end, understanding the liver and how to protect it as it is vital for long-term health.
Okay, so now you already know what is happening on your liver, and I'm going to start giving you medication, and I need you to come back after 2 weeks, and you will need to do some liver function tests. You need to see what's happening on your liver and whether the medication is effective or not. To protect your liver, you need to follow this diagram.